And as I was coming down to this panel, I had the Indian radio on, and I was hearing a song that I hadn't heard before. Perhaps that's why I'm Anthony. It said Coca-Cola too. Shola, shola too. So it's like Coca-Cola too. I'm very rhythmic and like lovely percussion. So you find yourself really sort of jamming with it, and then you're like, wait a minute. What are they saying? They're saying, this guy is saying, you, my whatever sweetheart chick, woman, you're Coca-Cola, right? Which is like cool and fizzy and lovely on a dry, hot day. But you're also a shola shola, which is like this hot ember, so you're both hot and cold. But also one consumes Coca-Cola, right? So it speaks about the ways in which he can literally consume her. And then she sings the same thing. So really, I think what also needs to be looked at in music is not so much the misogyny inherent in when men artists sing, but what is it that makes women buy into their own oppressions? What is it that makes women buy into their own violations? How is it that they are happy to be objectified as something that can be consumed by men? And so I think that that's sort of really one of the big pertinent questions.
Longer in the picture. So when we look at this violence and abuse, this is a learned behavior. It doesn't come in our genes, right? It's not something we eat or drink that makes us like that. Even though you say we're hard going dry, we have lots of evidence that it's not the alcohol, it's the approach, it's the entitlement, it's the power, it's the control. I can do what I wish to do with you because you belong to me. Now, where does that idea of property come from? It comes from old English law. 50, 100 years ago, wife and children were property. We're not that much, in the history of humanity, that we have left that concept that children and wives are property, right? But that still exists. But let me get down to the really nitty-gritty of what I want to say. So you have an idea of where this comes from within me, right? So I do want to do what Nandini talked about, is prevention. The way we can prevent is start with our young people. Because we know if you have abusive relationship, if you are in a romantic relationship when you are in your teens, you will be in an abusive relationship later on in your life. Okay? Most common age is between 18 and 24. How many of you are between 18 and 24? Right here. See, so I'm talking to you guys. Okay? So it's so important to talk about healthy relationships and also to talk about power and control, unhealthy relationships. So it's not black and white. It's mostly gray. So some of the things that I do is, I have done this many, many times, and you can do it. Talk about healthy relationships, right?